got this thing recording again, but
Get it when
we're
you-
gonna spend some time on Vietnam because
Right.
that's a good bulk of your.
Need something.
Oh, that's fine, brother. That's fine. I just use it to prop the
That's right.
mic
Come
up.
on in, Larry.
I'll drop these someplace. I need a bunch of signatures when you get a chance, sir.
Okay.
They're all put together and ready to go. Appreciate it, sir.
Right. If I don't get to it tonight, I'll do it first thing in the
Yeah, no
morning.
problem. We'll get it out.
Well,
there.
you can sign them while we're
Yeah,
working if you want. I'm
no.
pretty easy.
No big deal, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right here, but I will do it.
Thank you,
My game plan is I'm trying to create a timeline. I showed you that last week.
Right.
So we're past grade school, high school. Let me adjust this mic. We're past grade school and high school and all that, and we're starting to push into Vietnam. I mean, went through the old Cuban thing, and now we're pushing
Right.
into Vietnam. And that whole Rat Patrol thing, according to what I read in the Doble papers, really stirred a few and caught the attention of a lot of the higher ups.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the way that was running. Did that concept of yours, did that get put to paper and taken to other parts of the battle or the war? Did
Yeah.
anybody else run with that?
Yeah, also in that thing is that big blue thing in here. It's got the division newspaper,
Right.
which went all over. They got stories in there too.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that or not.
I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, it's a bunch of, that's, the paper went all over Vietnam.
Yeah, I got about 30 or 40 pages that Mandy's copied
Yeah.
over, and I've been reading through them. And like I said, I'll bring those back to you. You'll have
Yeah.
documents that hopefully last you longer than what the
Right.
ones you got now.
Just take your time on it, Bobby. There might be some more stuff I gotta find in here for you too.
Okay, well,
Would-
you do as you can and when you can. You know,
Right.
don't beat yourself up on it. I want you to be as comfortable with this as you can be without
Right.
wearing you out. You know.
Gotcha.
The Rat Patrol thing really stood out in my mind. I mean, that's a big claim to fame for what it's worth. I
It
mean,
is. It was a great unit, not because of me, but it's a great unit because of the individuals that served in it.
Right.
They all volunteers, and none of them lost their life. Every one of them served a time and came back home.
And they actually felt like they were getting something
Well, they
accomplished.
did get something done.
Yeah. And
Anytime.
I'm sure that war, there's a lot of stories I get on Vietnam where guys felt like they were being held back either by rules of engagement or scenarios that just wouldn't let them get the task at hand done.
Well, the Rat Patrol operated independent, okay? And of course, we reported back to our battalion headquarters, you know, at TOC, which is the operating center, you know. But I had a good battalion commander, Colonel Ratcliffe. He's still living now. And I had him, I had him, and he, Bobby, he went out with the Rat Patrol. He went out with us.
Really?
Right, and so we reported back, but when we tried to do everything right, for example, one night we was out on the Rat Patrol, and one of the rat units, one of the jeeps reported to me that it was a herd of buffalo, water buffaloes heading towards their position, and they could see them through the night starlight scope, and I told them that, and I was aware of the fact that the S5 officer had got some water buffaloes from Thailand and gave them to the village, you know, went over the population, because water buffalo plowing the rice fields is like a big tractor in the U.S. doing it.
Like having
You
a
got a
John
water
Deere.
buffalo, right. And if you got a water buffalo that can pull and do your rice fields, then you're on the top, you know, you're one of the top people around. So, I don't know, he for this one village, there was, had the ambush at night sitting around, Oh, they had about a dozen water buffalo. They've had about 3 or 4 weeks, you know. And the guy, and that night when they roam around, you know, hidden for your ambush sites, you know, it's kind of suspicious. So finally, the commander of the Rabbit Road Jeep called me and told me, he says, these water buffaloes has got 6 feet. He says, I can see them. He says, I can't see any personnel among them, but you look down through the starlight scope and you see 6 feet. So it indicated that the enemy was using water buffaloes to get close to our position to ambush that Jeep and wipe them out.
Right.
You know, so he wanted to know what to do. Well, you don't want to shoot water buffaloes and stuff, you know,
Right.
especially something that costs that much money to get from Thailand, ship it over to Vietnam, and get it moved around to give it to a small village. But finally, when it got within about 50 yards, he wanted to know if he should move his position or what, because they was heading for his position slow. They were walking slow. And I said, no, you can't move your position, because if you do, they know exactly, if the enemy's out there, they know exactly where you're at. And I says, well, and they'll hear you when you start your vehicle up. And I said, what you're going to have to do is just open up and fire at the buffalo, hoping they'll go away. And so he did. And of course, they hit and killed a few buffaloes. And when we cleared, when we went out to sweep the area, they call it checking the area.
Yeah.
When they went out there, they didn't find any dead or wounded enemy, you know. But you saw blood trails. Well, people was leaving the area, and the buffalo didn't leave.
Yeah.
You know, the buffalo went a different direction, and the blood went a different direction. So it indicates you might have wounded a few of the enemy. You know, you could guess you did.
How big of a force do you think was moving in on them?
I'd say that it was about a dozen buffalo. I'd say each buffalo had at least one man, so it's 10, 12 people.
Good.
They was leading the buffaloes in. Buffaloes, you know, they ain't gonna roam up there. They might be out trying to find something to eat, but usually they're under control. They're not out in an open area on the side of the village.
Walking around.
But, yeah, walking around like that, you know. Not something that precious to them, you know.
Right. So it's a major commodity. You're not going to leave it laying around.
Right, you're not going to do it. It's like taking your farm tractor, a big farm tractor, and parking it on an interstate and leaving it, you know,
Walking
same,
around.
right.
Yeah.
And hoping nobody to take it. Well, that's the same way there. There's water buffaloes running off to a new area overnight. But that upset everybody, you know. Colonel Patton was the 11th Armored Cavalry commander at the time. That's General Patton's son.
Right.
Okay, and of course the S5 officer, who was a Captain Stilwell, I knew him because I put him through OCS at Fort Knox, you know. So he of course, it did a perfect job, he thought, you know, purifying these people, getting them on their side, and here we don't want to kill some of the buffalo.
Yeah,
you know.
but they weren't happy.
Right, so, but General Patton, or Colonel Patton at the time, you know, he knew the difference, you know. He asked me what happened. I was Sergeant Major, 26th Infantry, not his Sergeant Major, but he was in charge of his NDP, his position, Holiday Inn. He was the commander of the 11th Armored Cavalry. But he knew, and he asked me what happened,